Thanks, Joe. I want to echo what everybody else said, thanking the media members for coming. Our conference is full of Steeler fans, honestly. My coaching staff's aggravating about, hey, can we go watch the Steeler game? And our team all wants to go see them. So it's great to have you guys here. So many of the rosters are made up of a whole bunch of really good players from the WPIAL. So we really appreciate you guys coming and covering these kids and their families and taking care of them the way you guys do. So thanks. And again, thanks to St. Vincent for hosting us. They do a great job with this every year. This is our first year probably going into it since our staff arrived at Bethany that we can say we're coming off of a disappointing season, and that's good because there wasn't much in the about 20 years before we got there that could disappoint people at Bethany, and we've raised the expectations there. 3 wins is not close to where we expected to be last year or where we want to be or where we think we can be, and judging by the way our team responded in the off season, our success in this incoming recruiting class and the way we went through our spring practice sessions, there was no satisfaction in that season last year at all, and everyone involved in the program is working very hard to turn it around. When we look forward to 2010, which is what we do, we feel really good. There were a bunch of things that kind of compounded each other to cause a bad 2009. They're all ultimately my fault as the head coach. That's who the ultimate responsibility lies with. But when you look for positives, we had 11 different players start games on the offensive line due to injury. They're all back except for one. So we have a whole bunch of experienced players back at that position who all compete. We honestly have no idea which 5 of them are going to be the starters. They can all play and play effectively. The 5 that improve the most will go out there for us in the first game. We had a freshman class of receivers and running backs that caught 100 passes last year. Again, all of them are back. We're excited about them. They now actually know where to line up and know how to run routes and do all those kind of things. They were out there last year like most freshmen in college football are, running around and hoping they were right. Now they know what they're doing. They're a talented group. And our unquestioned leader on our offense is in the room with us today, Eric Walker, who was second team All-PAC last year, second in the league in rushing. He already has Bethany's career touchdown record, single-season touchdown record, and by the time he's finished, barring injury, will have every significant rushing record in Bethany college history. And again, he's a Western PA guy who's done a great job in school, great job on the field, and he's the kind of kid we want in our program and really want to build around. Our quarterback situation is in flux. We had a really good player from Wash High who again was on course to break every record Bethany ever had, and he suffered a concussion. We think first one happened probably in the Otterbein game, going back, and we just looked at the film yesterday and said that might have been where it started. And then when we played Westminster, he came out of that game and had no idea where he was. We still can't find the hit in that game that caused the second one, but Chad Smith has been disqualified from playing further, which sets us back, but it's also exciting. The head coaches and know what I'm talking about. When you start a freshman quarterback, the quarterbacks that you call in recruiting don't answer the phone very much. They all want to go play, and that makes sense. And we just had Beauvais and DiDonato, and you go back to Swallow and Franz and some of the great quarterbacks that have played in our conference to start for a long time. And we thought we had one of those guys. Well, now there's a bunch of exciting kids coming in to play quarterback for us this year. Dan Pegg will be our starter going into camp. He's from Laurel Highlands. He'll be a senior. He's played a couple of good games for us, but he knows he has to raise his level of play for us to be successful and for him to keep his job. So he's going to need to compete, and I have no doubt that he will. Defensively, again, we thought last year we took a big step forward. Again, we were not good, but we were significantly better than we were the year before with a bunch of good young players that are all back. So for the first time, we've brought back players on defense before. We haven't brought back good, quality, talented guys who are leaders and who are tough and who are in the weight room every single day doing the things you really want your athletes to do. And this group on defense we're excited about. Are we ready to be a dominant defense the way the teams that win our conference are every year? Probably not, but by the middle of the season we could turn into that group, and we certainly think that down the road this group of guys that we have adding this year's recruiting class to them, we can become that dominant defense. And I think now you can look at our league and say, Waynesburg 3 years ago had a great defense and we're in it to the last game of the season. The 2 teams that have gone 1-2 in our league the last 2 years are the biggest difference in W&J to me from 2007 to last year. They went from being an awesome offense with a defense that kept them in it to being a really good offense with a defense that you could not move the ball against, and it changed them. I really think it did, and I think Thomas Moore got in here, and they've been great on defense since I got in this league, and they've been in it every year. And the old saying is still true. You can be good on defense, you're going to have a chance to be in every game. And I think our league and the top of our league has proven that every year, and we need to get into that group. So we're very excited. We love our players. We believe in what we're doing program-wise. It was nice for me, as Joe mentioned, I'm the athletic director. We did not build anything this summer. We did not renovate anything. So we were actually able to concentrate on the program and the players and finalizing recruiting and doing all the things that we need to do without all the other distractions. And I think it'll help us moving forward. So again, thanks to everybody for coming. Good luck to everybody this year. I hope everybody stays healthy, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturdays this fall. Thanks.